When a patient needs treatment that an insurance company or another reviewing organization must authorize, simply saying that the treatment is helpful may not be enough. A medical necessity letter explains why a specific treatment is medically necessary, what treatment is being recommended, and how that treatment addresses the patient's documented limitations. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to write a professional medical necessity letter for prescribed physical therapy. We will go through the letter section by section and discuss how to keep the letter specific, professional, and focused on the patient's medical needs. Let's begin with the sender's information. This section identifies the healthcare professional writing the letter and provides the medical practice's contact information. This is important because a medical necessity letter should clearly establish who is making the recommendation, including the physician's name, practice name, address, and telephone number. Also gives the reviewing organization a way to contact the medical office if additional information is needed. When preparing your own letter, make sure the provider's information is accurate and current. Next comes the date. The sample uses August 19th, 2026. The date establishes when the medical necessity statement was prepared. This is especially important for treatment authorization because medical conditions and treatment plans can change over time. Use the actual date the letter is written rather than an old or generic date. Now we have the recipient information. The sample says, "To whom it may concern." This is appropriate when the letter may be reviewed by an insurance company, benefits administrator, claims department, or another organization, and a specific individual is not known. If you know the name or department responsible for reviewing the request, you can address the letter more specifically. Next is the subject line. Subject: medical necessity for prescribed physical therapy. The subject immediately identifies what the letter is about. This is important because the reviewer should be able to understand the purpose of the correspondence quickly. A good subject line should be specific enough to identify the treatment being requested without becoming unnecessarily long. Now let's look at the salutation. The sample says, "Dear Sir or Madam." This is a formal greeting that works when the individual reviewer is unknown. The salutation helps establish a professional tone from the beginning of the letter. Now let's move to the opening paragraph. The sample says, "I am writing on behalf of my patient, Mr. Nathaniel Brooks, to confirm the medical necessity of ongoing physical therapy as part of his treatment plan. I am the treating physician responsible for evaluating his condition and overseeing his care." This opening immediately establishes three important things. First, it identifies the patient. Second, it identifies the treatment being requested. And third, it explains the relationship between the writer and the patient. This is important because the reviewer needs to understand that the recommendation is coming from the patient's treating physician. When writing your own letter, keep this introduction direct. State your professional role and clearly identify the treatment for which authorization or coverage is being requested. Next, explain the patient's condition and functional limitations. The sample says, "Mr. Brooks has been experiencing persistent lower back pain and reduced mobility that have interfered with his ability to perform routine daily activities and work-related tasks." This sentence is important because it connects the patient's condition to actual functional limitations. A medical necessity letter should do more than simply name a condition. It should explain how the condition affects the patient's ability to function. The paragraph continues. "Following a clinical evaluation and review of his medical history, I determined that a structured course of physical therapy is medically appropriate to improve his mobility, reduce pain, and support functional recovery." This explains the clinical basis for the recommendation. Notice the connection between the patient's condition and the proposed treatment. The physician is not simply saying that physical therapy would be useful. The letter explains what the therapy is intended to accomplish. When preparing this section, focus on relevant clinical facts and functional limitations. The explanation should be specific enough for the reviewer to understand why the treatment is being requested. Now, let's explain the recommended treatment. The sample states, "I am recommending 12 weeks of physical therapy with 2 sessions per week, focusing on therapeutic exercises, flexibility, strengthening, mobility training, and other clinically appropriate interventions. This section gives the reviewer specific information about the proposed treatment. It identifies the duration, frequency, and general types of therapy involved. That specificity is important because a reviewer needs to know what services are being requested. The letter then says, the treatment will be adjusted according to his progress and response to therapy. This shows that the treatment plan can be evaluated and modified based on the patient's response. When writing your own letter, include the treatment details that are medically appropriate and supported by the patient's clinical situation. Next, explain why the treatment is medically necessary. This is one of the most important parts of the entire letter. The sample says, the requested treatment is medically necessary because conservative management alone has not provided sufficient improvement in his functional limitations. This sentence directly explains why additional treatment is needed. The letter continues, without appropriate physical therapy, there is a risk that his symptoms may persist or interfere further with his ability to perform essential daily and occupational activities. This connects the requested treatment to the potential consequences of not receiving it. The reviewer should be able to understand the difference between treatment that is medically necessary and treatment that is simply convenient. That distinction becomes even clearer in the next paragraph. The sample says, the purpose of this treatment is not for convenience or general wellness. It is specifically intended to address documented functional limitations and support the patient's recovery. This is a strong and focused statement because it explains the medical purpose of the requested services. The paragraph continues. Continued professional supervision will also allow his treatment plan to be adjusted based on his progress. This reinforces the importance of professional treatment rather than simply describing the therapy as general exercise. When writing this section, avoid vague statements such as, the patient needs therapy because it will help. Instead, explain the functional problem, the treatment being recommended, and the medical reason the treatment is appropriate. Now we move to the formal request for coverage. The sample says, I respectfully request that the patient's health insurance provider or other responsible reviewing organization authorize coverage for the recommended physical therapy services. This is where the physician clearly states what action is being requested. The reviewer should not have to guess what the letter is asking for. The letter then says, I have included relevant clinical documentation to support this request and am available to provide additional information if required. This is important because supporting documentation may help the reviewer evaluate the medical necessity of the treatment. The exact documents included should depend on the patient's circumstances and the requirements of the reviewing organization. Next, provide a way for the reviewer to request additional information. The sample says, please contact my office if you require clarification, medical records, treatment notes, or any other documentation necessary to evaluate this request. This is a practical closing statement because it gives the reviewing organization a clear way to obtain additional information. It also demonstrates that the healthcare provider is prepared to support the treatment recommendation with appropriate documentation. Now let's look at the final thank you paragraph. The sample says, thank you for your time and consideration. This is short and professional. There is no need to repeat the entire medical explanation at the end. The purpose of the final paragraph is simply to close the request respectfully. Finally, we have the closing and signature. The sample ends with, Sincerely, Dr. Rebecca Lawson, Lawson Family Medical Center, 2-145-55-6387. This identifies the physician again and provides the practice's contact information. If the letter is being submitted physically, the physician can sign above the typed name. Before sending a medical necessity letter, make sure the information is accurate, clinically supported, and consistent with the patient's medical records. Clearly identify the treatment being requested. Explain the patient's relevant limitations. Describe the recommended treatment, and connect that treatment to the patient's recovery and functional needs. It is also important to avoid exaggerating the patient's condition or making unsupported medical claims. The letter should contain information that the healthcare provider can document and support. Thank you for watching How to Write a Professional Medical Necessity Letter for Prescribed Physical Therapy. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like the video, subscribe to Writing Tutorials, and stay tuned for more step-by-step writing guides. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.